Your attention, please. The show regularly scheduled for this time slot, Disc Golfing with Satan, will not be seen so that we may present you this highly informative and outrageously amusing Perry Logan show, The Feeble Soul of Barack Obama. Oh, yeah. Play it, brother.
Gather around, children, and you shall hear the story of the feeble soul of Barack Obama. Play it, brother. Oh. Yes. All very well listening to the sounds of Perry Logan's neurons. But the truth remains the truth. The soul of Barack Obama was quickly taken more by the far more potent, far more masculine soul of Ronald Reagan. This makes Barack Obama's term the third term of Ronald Reagan. Wow. Oh, no wonder the bass player is going crazy. Your attention please, The bass player is going crazy. The bass player is going crazy because we're enjoying Ronald Reagan's third term. Now how's that for irony? Oh yeah. The feeble soul of Barack Obama. A skeleton.
Just kidding. This is Satan. This is Satan, beginning the Perry Logan Show by reminding you that satire is not civil. Satire is not civil. The people of the world today don't know satire. And when they talk about being politically civil and civil in our political discourse, they are proving their illiteracy, my friends. Satire is not civil. Give me a break, speaking as Satan. I would just like to point out that if satire were civil, it wouldn't be satire. Now, on to the show, on to the Perry Logan Show. Watch or die. This is Satan. Watch or die. Satire, never civil. Oh my God, I'm falling again. This proves the entire Perry Logan Show is a dream. The fact that we always find ourselves falling. If we survive the fall, this will be the show in which Austin's beloved Perry Logan delineates how Barack Obama is the third term of Ronald Reagan with catastrophic consequences for the Republic. Indeed, this image of us falling upside down might well be taken as an emblem for the fate of the Republic here on February 10th, 2011. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you fall in here? You fell in here? Hey, turn yourself right side up. Hi, I'm just pulling your leg. You shouldn't be here. We are recording a song called The Feeble-Souled Obama. Obama of the Feeble Soul. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here, but welcome anyway. And you might want to put on some clothes because it's really cold. Yeah, I have been recording one of the backup tracks on a new song we got called The Feeble Souled Barack Obama. The Feeble Souled Barack Obama. Listen. Listen to the final mix.
The feeble soul Barack Obama. 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 The feeble soul Barack Obama.
Hey, welcome to the pre-show area of a wonderful show called The Feeble Soul of Barack Obama. It's kind of poignant. And bad news for America, the last thing we needed was the reincarnation of Ronald Reagan. Let me just get out of this rig here. Hey, the feeble soul of Barack Obama refers to his political soul, where we needed just the most pumped up version of FDR. I would call this the Perry Logan version of what's been going on, is that we desperately needed for the Democrats to do what they historically do, which is bail us out from what the Republicans have done. This has been repeated many times, but instead of that rescue, we got kind of like a loop back to the 80s. Perhaps we can have the pixelated scientist explain that. Yeah, Perry has a virtual scientist friend called the pixelated scientist who might be able to explain this circular time thing. Let me see if we can make this happen.
This is the pixelated scientist who disturbs my slumber and wakens me unto the horrible torture of consciousness. Oh, just kidding. As a virtual scientist, I am here to explain to you that time has gone in a loop. Here on February 10th, 2011, in the pre-show area where you damn well shouldn't be. Here in the pre-show area, you have to understand, we have gone back to the 80s. That's why everything is going downhill. That's why the Republic is pretty much plummeting. We needed FDR on methamphetamine, and we got another Ronald Reagan. We got Ronald Reagan's third term. Time has gone in a circle. Now back to you, Perry.
That was, I'm not sure that was a real scientist. You can't vouch for everything here. Remember, as Perry Logan reminds us, satire is not civil. Satire is never civil. So, don't be a Philistine with this civility stuff, okay? Don't be a Philistine. It wouldn't be satire if it were civil. Right, kids?
Right, sir, right! Right, sir, right!
Okay, giving you a hard time, but the show's called The Feeble Soul of Barack Obama, and it kind of delineates and, does whatever Perry does in regards to the Obama's record so far, which is literally, it's provably to the right of Ronald Reagan. So why not frame it in this poetic way? The powerful, more virile soul of Ronald Reagan has taken over Obama's brain. He's like eating Obama's brain. I've written a song about it called Eating Obama's Brains. But in case you're wondering who I am Logar of the planet Logar. I'm the guy who does Logar. Check it out.
This is Logar of the planet Logar. There's color, there's life, there's applause. It's getting me going, baby.
You on the planet Earth are in big, deep doo-doo, okay? This is Logar of the planet Logar. I will brief you later on what deep doo-doo you're in. But to make a long story short, it is exactly as Perry Logan says, the powerful, more virile, more large penis soul of Ronald Reagan has, in Logarian terms,
Eating the brains of Barack Obama. Get Out of here! Whoa! Eating the brains of Barack Obama! Eating the brains of Barack Obama!
Satire is not civil.
Hey, new to the hood? This is the hood where everybody plays the bass. Okay, but not for long. I see you're new to the hood. Well, here where people are sentient, we know what went down. What went down was the feeble political soul of Barack Obama was o'ertaken, quite o'erpowered by the far more potent and virile soul of the long-dead Ronald Reagan. Go figure. No, funny and not funny. The president who was supposed to kind of like follow in the footsteps of FDR, I would submit, despite all the thunder and the rain and the winds blowing through the Akashic records, despite all that cool stuff, I maintain, I would submit that what the voters really wanted in 2008 was for somebody, i.e., Obama, whoever the Democrats put in, they wanted that person to kind of do the Democratic thing, do the FDR thing, do what even the much maligned Bill Clinton did to some extent, to a large extent. Why, he only turned the biggest deficit in U.S. history into the biggest surplus. Okay, Bill Clinton turned the biggest deficit in U.S. history into the biggest surplus. Pretty good for a centrist Democrat. A simple thank you will suffice. I'd like you to take this moment to thank Bill Clinton for turning the biggest deficit in U.S. history into the biggest surplus, okay? Ha. A little thunder, Mr. Scarecrow? A little thunder, Mr. Scarecrow? Okay. And I submit that we were just simply trying to get a Democrat to clean up the mess, or, try to clean up the mess. It was generally known that even an FDR, hyped up on the best steroids possible, hyped up on the best pure crystalline methamphetamine. Oh! I'm kidding. Not even FDR. Hyped up on the best, most sweetest methamphetamine money can buy. Drug jokes, just drug jokes. Even FDR, hyped up on the finest steroids and methamphetamines money could buy, might not be able to fix the mess that Bush Cheney led us into. Hello, this is Barack Obama of the Feeble Soul. This is Barack Obama of the Feeble Soul, the one possessed by the far more powerful, virile, and large-penised ghost of Ronald Reagan. Remember, satire is not civil. Satire is not civil. But I, Barack Obama, have been possessed, if you were, by the ghost of Ronald Reagan. And that's why America is back in the 80s again. You see, I thought it was the 90s. When I took office, I didn't realize that it wasn't still the 90s. I thought everything was like the 90s. And I admired Ronald Reagan. And As everybody knows, only retards admire Ronald Reagan. Hello, this is Ronald Reagan. Remember, only retards admire me. My administration was by far the most corrupt administration of the 20th century. It's therefore absurd to say I was a great president. Now back to Reagan-Obama. Now this is Reagan-Obama. Hey, I'm sorry I turned into Ronald Reagan, cutting back the government while spending more on the military, killing more people, politicizing the CIA, and just in general, dissipating and ruining the Democratic Party. I almost can't wait until the beautiful and hilarious Sarah Palin takes over. After all, if we're going to hear someone lying through their teeth about Democrats, I think we'd all prefer it was the lovely teeth of Sarah Palin.
You see, hello, you see, Reagan made the government much bigger. Obama is making the government much bigger. Reagan was getting rid of much needed regulations. Obama is getting rid of much needed regulations. The poverty rate started to skyrocket under Ronald Reagan, and guess what is skyrocketing under Barack Obama? Do we see a pattern here?
Do we see a pattern here? The Army grew inordinately under Ronald Reagan. It really kind of broke the bank. Same with Obama. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's a case of Ronald Reagan's third term when we needed an FDR. A superhero FDR, if you will, in a uniform and with a cape. A super FDR who is like totally pumped on the finest steroids and purest methamphetamine.
Yeah! Drug dope. Satire is never civil. Okay, well, the last thing the Republic needed was a recapitulation of all the policies that got us into the mess in the first place. You hear what I'm saying? The last thing the United States needed was another Ronald Reagan was a third term. Oh, curse that feeble soul of Barack Obama. Curse that feeble soul of Barack Obama. Curse that feeble soul, Barack Obama.
Okay, I'm willing to admit we're lost. Hey, look, we really are lost. We were trying to get to another delightful Perry Logan show called The Feeble Soul of Barack Obama, which sounds adorable and scintillating. And we got lost, and we were going in circles, and the next thing you know, we were back in the 80s again. Well, way to go. How did we get back in the 80s again? Hey, wait a minute. Oh, look, I recognize the bookcase. How did we get back to the 80s again? Does anybody know?
Well, that's what's going on. It being, I believe, February 10th, 2011, when we should be wearing our jetpacks. Hey, where are those jetpacks, right? Where are our pensions? Where is our Social Security? Where is our government, right? That's how bad it is. Instead of the 21st century with the jetpacks and the TV telephones, well, we have some cool things, but it's kind of like back to the 80s again. And one way to look at it is that the feeble soul of Barack Obama has been oercrowed. Hey, it's been oercrowed by the far more lusty and virile soul of Ronald Reagan, who is taking time out from being flayed in the fifth circle of hell. Please write this down. Ronald Reagan is currently, he's got 2 jobs right now. He's being flayed in the fifth circle of hell for that death squad thing. That's why we call him Ronald Death Squad Reagan, right?
Ronald Death Squad Reagan. Ronald Death Squad Reagan.
Not the camel rock!
Ronald Death Squad Reagan. Ronald Death Squad Reagan.
Take it!
Death Squad Reagan.
Yes, well, the other thing he's doing is possessing the soul of our alleged Democratic president. And that's our situation. The things that caused all the problems began 30 years ago. This is generally known. If you pay any attention to politics, heaven forbid, but if you pay any attention, you'll notice that a certain thing, people keep saying a certain thing. I'm calm. But they do, they keep saying, this big problem began about 30 years ago. Why? Look at here. This big problem began about 30 years ago. Hey, you get the picture? This huge problem, which is destroying the Republic, began about 30 years ago. Now, here I am on February 10th, 2011. Let's think. Who was president about 30 years ago? Please stand by for a direct live broadcast from Logar of the planet Logar, somewhat of a hero among the kids of Earth.
Is this thing working? Hello? People of Earth, this is Logar of the planet Logar. I understand I'm very big with kids. I understand I'm very big in Japan, and I would like to thank Austin's beloved Perry Logan. This is Logar of the planet Logar with an urgent broadcast to the people of Earth. It's my understanding that your deceased President Reagan has eaten the brains of your current president. Okay, possessed him already. We on Logar call that eating someone's brains. In Logarian terms, President Reagan's far superior, more potent, virile, and erect soul hath eaten the brains of Barack Obama. That's the way we put it. My friends, any non-wingnut should know Reagan's policies are what created all our problems. Why do you think that you people are always saying, hey, you know, all our really bad problems started 30 years ago? Why, it's almost like a pattern. The big fat deficit started 30 years ago. The big fat military started in earnest 30 years ago. Do you see what's going on? The rise in poverty 30 years ago. Why, the conversion of the United States into a virtual police state 30 years ago. Yeah. Hey, this kind of stuff has gone down on Logar, and we know how bad it can be. It's going down so bad under your President Obama. His soul is so oercrowed, or taken, or, to put it in our terms, his brains eaten by Ronald Reagan that he has racked up a record in human rights which is worse than Bush Cheney. Can you even conceive it? Worse than Bush Cheney. Even here on Logar, we've never seen anything as bad as Bush Cheney. Now get out of here, humans. You've got to straighten up. You've got to find someone who will lead you leftward. May I suggest a bionic version of Franklin Delano Roosevelt available at minimal cost from Logar Industries. Oh yeah! Just kidding. Logar, reminding you, satire is not civil. Satire is not civil, or it wouldn't be satire. Get out of here.